Hi, Abdullah. How are you? How are you doing? Nice to see you dropping by. And I want to thank everybody for all these likes. Feels good. Feels good. It's nice that we could bond together, you know, just over questions. Questions. I mean, I have a lot of questions too, and you wonder. I mean, I don't understand how people cannot wonder about where things are going, really. I mean, just what tomorrow will really bring, right? Hi, Global. How are you? Nice to see you. How's everything with you? Oops. How's everything? Oops. Moving things around a bit. Just getting some nail polish out. Yeah, Wednesday, middle of the week. Middle of the week. Does anybody have some good things happening in the middle of the week? Anybody out there in the ether? Yeah. Let's see. What is the feeling for tomorrow? It's hard to get some kind of feelings. I mean, it's hard not to have feelings, first of all, because there's so much mad people out there, crazy people. mean, it's absolutely nuts. You have to admit, it's nuts. You look at the news, maybe it's just trying to make you uncomfortable, uncomfortable, uncomfortable. I mean, even though it's like going into summer here where I am, I don't want to wear any shorts or sleeveless things because maybe one of Billy Gates' mosquitoes might bite me or something. Who knows, right? Who knows? I mean, you've heard, of course, that Bill Gates is releasing a couple zillion mosquitoes in 2 states. But what eats mosquitoes? Frogs, birds. What else? Probably that's it. And then other insects, of course, eat mosquitoes. And then the mosquitoes, they bite us. And they're putting this Bill Gates uh, bacteria, let's just say bacteria, in our systems. Creepy. It is definitely, who does that? I mean, who does that, right? Because you have a lot of cash. Oh, yeah, fish eat mosquitoes. And you can see how when one small thing, like a teeny little mosquito, will just generate itself all the way through to your plate, right? Your plate, yours and my plate. Because I don't eat fish. I stopped eating fish around the time of, well, I'm a vegan. So, but let me see, like 10 years ago or whatever it's been, Fukushima, when that happened, I said, oh, so many things that happen that are not exactly the best for us humans, our bodies, but yet they just kind of forget that they let it happen. That's what you have to figure out. There must be some kind of non human dictator or overseer or overlord or whatever you want to call it. And that's like, sci-fi. It's sci-fi. It's sci-fi. But we live in a sci-fi world. That's one thing that we have to really embrace is how much is sci-fi is not really sci-fi. It's real, scientific, real reality. But they're still trying to keep us in a, serf, peasant, pedestrian, meat and potatoes. Nothing wrong with meat and potatoes, but you know what I'm saying. They're still kind of trying to keep us in a Neanderthal caveman livestock jail. How's that? How's that? Hey, how are you? Nice to see. Nice to see. Yes, those damn mosquitoes. What are they trying to exterminate? They're all just trying to find some way to depopulate us. And we have to read depopulation is a big deal. What do you think World War I and World War II was all about, really? I mean, ideology? For the life of me, I don't really see that much difference between all the isms. I really don't. I mean, censorship is rampant in all systems. You can't say what you want to say if you want to, like, really say what you want to say. But yet you have people in positions of, like, I am the boss, saying, doing all sorts of things that if you or I or one of our neighbors did it, they'd lock you up in a jail sentence or they put you in a nut house, one or the other. It's funny too about extraterrestrials, non-humans. Like before it was like, hee hee, look at that weird person. That person's screwy, right? Screwy with the finger, finger, that's person screwy. Now they go, oh yeah? Well, I'm the government and I know all about these things. But if you go back to all history, like in the 18th century, 17th century, the 6th century, the 9th century, they had all these things that archaeologists today will say like they're out of place. Nothing was out of place. It's like they don't want us to deal with it. They don't want us to get beyond rhetoric, beyond colonialization, beyond a small group of people have brains and the rest of us have to look in awe. Gee, you have brains. Whereas maybe there's really some kind of like, non-human who's going, I eat brains. I love brains. We could be on the menu. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know, really. So many, but if you look for the signs, because a lot of secret organizations that are running the scene, there's not that many, but they always like to leave breadcrumbs, hints, because they enjoy the tantalizing, I got it. You don't. I got it. You don't. Get all that stuff. Yes. They love to say, haha. Yes, a few experts. You remember, even in grade school, elementary school, when you first started out, it was always, haha, you're stupid. I'm smart. Has it really ever changed from that level? They talk about AI being like, oh, fantastic. AI is a slot machine. There's only, and you look around people you go to work with, people you see out the street. I mean, even the fact that we have red light, green light, and yellow light, it shows you how simple-minded our behavior is, right? They show you how simply they're programmed us to move, think. Even with like phones, like, smartphone, talk into it. Don't bother typing, don't bother spelling words. Just like, we'll do it for you. Just relax, do nothing. Sit there, eat pizza, hamburgers, french fries, or whatever, and just get fat. And they have every segment of your life all planned out until they put you in the euthanasia program. You become Soylent Green, either fertilizer or on the menu of some kind of like milkshake or protein drink. Now, it's a little too simple-minded, isn't it? Right? It's a little too unsatisfying. I think you are like me. Hey, come on. I know the marketing routine. I know what you're doing, and you get a low wow, a low frequency wow, like, huh, duh, that kind of wow. It's not like, wow. No, it's, wow. Like that. Like that. Even you look at these old movies they have, the United States has long since stopped producing good films. Good films. They just get, I mean, that's why they have to dig up all the reruns and all the, what they call them, classics, vintage, old stuff. Old stuff. Then when you look at the old stuff, you see all the what? You see all the programming, all the manipulation, all the mind control. And you realize it goes on and on and on. And then you realize too that, excuse me for like inhaling so deeply. But do you remember your parents? Of course, you remember your parents. They could be alive, they could be dead, or your great grandparents or your grandparents, and how much awe and like they looked at the radio, at the television, all this media crap, and they were overwhelmed. Oh, like they took it as authority. Now today we kind of go, blah. Okay, who's paying that? Who's paying you to say that? The tech bros. Yeah, the tech bros. Now the tech bros, they're obsessed with aging. Yeah, right. I remember there was one tech bro. He was being a vampire to his son, soaking up his blood, his plasma. Yum yum. It's pretty heavy parent. Wasn't it a pretty heavy parent if they want to eat your plasma, your blood? It's pretty creepy. That's the new word we should use instead of like, oh wow, we just go creepy, creepy. You know, it's like a caterpillar with a or a millimeter, not a millimeter. What do you call those things with a lot of legs? Millis. Well, I haven't seen one lately, so that's why I'm not. Not a centimeter. Was it a millipede? A millipede, yes, a millipede. Like with all those little legs moving. Now we can see that all those little things move. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Right. So, anyway, if anybody has any questions, feel free. I mean, I'm just chatty tonight. I'm just chatting away. And there's just so many questions. I'm determined to get there. I'm determined, and it's going to be hard because it's just like during COVID. Like I wasn't going along with the routine. It's like, wait a second, this is just stupid. A lot of things were just plain stupid. So now they're trying different things, and maybe they're hitting us with like war, famine, what else? Scarcity, high, low, lousy economies. What else? Oh, and also blood rituals. Yuck. So we have a lot on our plate to hang tight and be around and get through all of this. Because this is almost like they're really trying, a lot of criminals are running the scene, and they're trying their best, like the Epstein class, to get you to forget about all the abusive things they did. I'm talking about the Emirates, Epstein, Zionist Arabs. I'm talking about the Christian Arabs. Christian Zionists. I'm talking about the Israeli Zionists. I'm talking about all the whole bit. No matter what your your creed is, if you like you were bored and rich. You were bored, like Prince Andrew, bored and rich. Hmm? You know what they haven't really been prosecuted. You know, all those poor little boys and girls, young children, abused, used and tossed out like rags. Poor little things. Poor little things. And some it's just so embarrassing they just blocked it out. And of course you have these people going around like, owning nothing and owning everything. Owing up to nothing and owning everything. So we live in a world of strangeness, a world of inequality. Nothing when inequality can only last so long, though, because we are also in the birth of something great, a great sense of presence, a great sense of who we are. Now we can figure out on our own if we take enough time and stop watching, stop watching stupid things, stop hanging out with stupid people, limited people, and just take yourself. Like, what do you want to be? Do you want to be the best you can be? The best, the best. strongest physically with your muscle tone. Keep your mind free. Keep your mind going in the direction where it needs to go for health and wealth. Stop thinking about, now everyone has gripes. I have gripes, you have gripes, right? We all have gripes. It's human. But we have to realize in this environment right now of war, chaos, bullshit, that we have to we can't stay in those lower energy things too long and not shite ourselves too severely when we lapse into the the negativity. But we have to realize that's where the planners of this BS scene want us to be. They want us to go, to grind, to growl, to act like livestock jumping off a cliff. And true, you can turn things off, and it's sometimes and you can turn yourself on. Turn yourself on. I'm learning that, relearning that every single day. None of us were born with like perfectness, perfection. But we can make the best with what we have. You, I, we all can. And we have to remember that. And when you see like low energy frequency stuff going around, and you know where that takes you, right? You can't forgive sometimes because you just can't forgive. No excuse necessary. But just, is it necessary to carry a gripe around certain people's behavior? An old lover, ex-friends, friends, parents, siblings, all types of relatives, teachers, professors. Yeah, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Get yourself a few plants, like a couple hundred. Get yourself a fish tank. I mean, you know what I mean. Disperse your energies. Disperse your energies into something positive. Learn to realize that we live in a multi-dimensional reality. We do. And we've been purposely kept, hidden from who and what and whom we are, or we is. But I guess when you have a passive verb, you don't use whom, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I'm not writing right now. I'm just chatting. And again, if you have anything on your mind, you can email me. And, I'm here. I'm here because unity is beautiful. It is beautiful for a righteous cause, for the cause of make us great again. Make us great again. Make us who we really are. We're not like a bunch of vipers. We're not like poison dope heads. No, we're not. We're not like crybabies. No, we're not. We see that we live in a madness period, a period of great energy, great energy, great energy. And a lot of people in this sci-fi reality are just, oh wow, I'm waiting for my government to say, give me disclosure. You don't need disclosure. Look around. Look at old videos. Look at the books. Think about things. Think. Something is not out of place if it's thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. It's like the time that we weren't involved in, could be, because I wasn't there thousands and thousands of years, that we weren't surveilled, watched. When somebody watches you, you kind of like feel a little shy, don't you? Or you're aware that you're being watched. Watch the watcher. There's lots of things, lots of beings, lots of everything coming out of the ground, of the skies, of the portals. Of the portals. Well, anyway, Food for thought. Food for thought. Right? Because just think about how many people watched you today, right? How many cameras you were on today if you were out and about. How many people listened in through the skies, the heavens, through the satellites? Hmm. How many people are trying to tag you? You could get paranoid, but don't be. Get some plants, read some textbooks, read something to improve yourself, lift some weights, get stronger, physically stronger, mentally stronger. Try it.